Good evening, everyone, and welcome to part 4 of this week's Look Finance SEQFC Preview Show, with thanks to Vilic Law. I'm Darren Lutton, and this is the Women's Show. Good stuff. All right, we've got two of our usual guests with us. We've got Liz Ridley. Good evening, Liz.
Evening, all.
Manager of everything at Ipswich City Bulls that is good.
Trying.
And I understand you guys are a little bit miffed you didn't get nominated for Canteen of the Year, Liz.
It's all right. We'll cope. You just have to have a dirty bull burger on the weekend, Trent. You'll be right. You'll be voting for us for number 1 burger. A dirty bull burger fills you right up.
Don't give away our guests' names yet. Not yet. All right. We've also got Virginia United coach Anthony Costa. Good evening, Anthony.
Good evening, Darren.
Got through to the, what's it called? The Premier's Plate, Premiership, by the skin of your teeth.
Yes. Got there in the end.
Good stuff. All right. Now our third guest this evening is the current coach at Coomera, but next season he's going to be in the NPLW. They're getting their licence back next year, aren't they, Trent?
Yes, mate, I hope so. I'm committed now.
It's Trent Gregson. Good evening, Trent.
Hey, mate, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you on board. So let's start with you. Tell us about the Ipswich, the Western Pride job. How did it come about? Sorry, Liz.
Honestly, it was just come through my reserve grade coach. He's got relationships up there at Pride. They were in the hunt for a new coach, and he put my name forward after a conversation with Pi and Pat. Our visions on women's football aligned, and we thought, let's give it a good go and see how we go in 2021.
All right. Yeah, okay. Just a sign of how excited you are, I can see.
That's it.
All right. So obviously you crazy things this season with the NPLW team, with them folding and pulling out of the competition. You've got a guarantee that they'll be there next year?
Yeah, mate. As far as I'm aware, we're in next year, ready to go. So I can only go off what I'm told. So that's what I'm doing. And
recruiting, has that started for you already?
Mate, maybe a few conversations here and there. But, everyone's got a season to focus on, and you don't want to be that guy that's sort of sniffing around where everyone's trying to concentrate on what they've got to do for the rest of the year.
Never has a truer word been spoken. Isn't that right, Liz and Anthony?
Yep.
Yes.
Leave them alone till the season's over, we say.
Exactly. What goes around comes around as well. So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very good. All right, so let's have a look at the NPLW first up. And Trent, have you been keeping up with it this season at all?
Mate, I've been getting around a few games, having a watch. I watched the Lions play the QIS on Saturday night. It's a great game. The Lions are a scary team to watch.
They certainly are. Well, let's start with that. Lions 5, QAS 0. Tell us what you saw.
Mate, it was just from start to finish, Lions really dominated that game in possession. Having people like Tegan Riding and stuff sort of putting on a show down the wing and getting balls back to the box. And Lions were devastating in the air. Some of their goals off set pieces were quite a thrill to watch.
Very good. Looking at other matches, Eastern Suburbs had a 5-3 victory over Southwest Queensland Thunder. Good result there for East. Geez, they're up and down at the moment. So are Southwest Queensland Thunder, for that matter. They both win games, lose games, and you just can't pick them at the moment. So fitting result there, really. Gold Coast United had a 1-0 victory at Logan. That was a big result for GCU and ensures that Logan won't be challenging for the title. Any outside chance that they had is surely evaporated now. The big result on the weekend was South United travelling to Walton Bridge Reserve and getting a 2-1 victory over the Gap. Now, these two clubs, if memory serves me correctly, the 2-1 scoreline has sort of followed them throughout recent seasons, and it's been true to form again. Good result that for South. They'll be wrapped with that. Gary French, he just somehow always managed to pull things out of the fire. And the other result was Capalaba 4, Middleton 1. Not too many surprises there. Let's have a quick look at the ladder. Lions on top on 40 points, having played 16 matches. Gold Coast United in second, just 3 points behind, but they've played 2 games less. So it's in their hands. Capalaba just 1 point behind on 36, but they've played 3 extra games than Gold Coast United and 1 more than Lions. So they need results to go their way if they're to take out the crown this season. Logan Lightning, as I said, they've fallen away. They're still only on 15 games, but they're on 30. East's 5th, Gap 6th, South into 7th. No matches this week, no scheduled matches this weekend. I expect it will all be catch-ups, and I haven't been able to see what they are. I'm sorry. I apologise. Anyway, that's it. That's the NPLW wrap. We've got these 3 guys here. Let's focus on the BWPL. So, Anthony Costa, how did you get over the line and into the Premier competition with the split? Should mention, everyone played each other once, and now it's the top 6 playing against each other and the bottom 6 playing against each other. Anthony's side needed results to go their way. You got a win, or was it a draw, Anthony?
We got a win.
You got the win, and Rabina needed to lose, is that right?
Yeah, so I think that result went our way anyway, but we didn't know that until after full time. So we were actually keeping an eye on the score during our game, but to be honest, it was pretty hard to focus on anything other than the game at hand because I thought it was a pretty good game of football, to be honest.
I was actually at the Carina-Rabina game, and Rabina looked great. They just looked great. They controlled the game, and then just whenever things got near goal, the moves, just the silky moves that they had just seemed to fall apart at the last moment. Carina had a couple of chances and just took every one of them. It was one of those days for Carina when everything went right, and congratulations to them. All right, so Liz, how did the Bulls go on the weekend?
Yeah, we went to Grange Thistle. They were nice enough to move the game back a bit, so it was a bit cooler. But geez, it was cold on Sunday night, wasn't it? Winds were getting up everywhere.
Yeah, very windy.
Yeah, it was horrible. I was actually rugged up in a blanket again. I'm like, what? I left my jackets at home. No, it was a good game. Good, strong first half. We were able to get the 1 goal on them. Second half, though, I mean, they left me sitting down biting my fingernails for the whole bloody game because they waited till the last 10 minutes to score any more goals. So Soph got our first one, and then Shani came in with bang, bang, 2 in a row within about 2 minutes, and then Tash finished it off for us, giving us the 4-0 one. So nice, comfortable win in the end, but it was, left me on the edge of my seat for the first 80 minutes. But no, it was a good game. Good game. Good. Well done to Grange. They played hard. They're a good young squad that, a couple more years behind them of good coaching and that. They'll be good because they are only young. Even their reserve grade girls, they did a really good job.
Building things at Lanham Park. Good to see.
Yeah, I was talking to Ruben. Yeah, he said that's their plan. It's just to build it up. So good on them. Good on those young girls for getting out there too. Mightn't have been winning all year, finishing down near the bottom, but they still had a lot of passion in them. So it's good. Good to see in such a shit year. Sorry, beat year.
Yeah, exactly. Trent, obviously you were the team that your side was the one that Anthony's beat on the weekend. You'd been going really well up until that point, hadn't you?
Yeah, we had some pretty good wins there, but we're under no illusion that the game was going to be a test on the weekend. I didn't really pay attention to where Anthony and his team were in the table at the time, because you go to Virginia, if you go in there not ready or half-hearted, you're going to walk away with a loss. And on the day I put my hand up, I was beaten by the better. We were beaten by the better team on the day. The way Costa set his team up was really well. Shut down the way we like to play, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's football, and you got to be able to put your hand up and go, yeah, on the day I got beaten by the better team.
Looking at other results on the weekend, Peninsula Power got back on track with a 5-2 victory over the Lakes. UQFC, massive win, 5-0 over Broadbeach. We mentioned Ipswich City 4-0 at Grange Thistle. Virginia United 2-1 over Coomera. AC Carina was a 2-1 victory over Robina. I left before that late goal of Robina. That's a shame. All right, so let's quickly...
Sorry, Darren, those other games were played round 1, mate. This was a catch-up round.
Yeah, that was catch-up round. That's why.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, right. So just the 3 games this weekend.
Right. How about, Anthony, you tell everyone what the scores are.
Oh, dear. So was it Carina 2-1 over Robina, Virginia 2-1 over Coomera, and Ipswich 4-1 over Grange.
4-0.
Excellent.
4-0, sorry. Everything was 1. Sorry, Archie.
we won. Oh, sorry, Trent.
That's okay.
And that's why I surround myself with guests on the show. All right. Looking at the ladder, Ipswich City, 5 points clear, 27 points after 10 matches, 1 loss. That's great form, Liz.
Bloody Annalie. And then last year, got us again this year.
Coomera has moved into second place on 22. Peninsula Power, third on goal difference. They're also 22, of course. Annalie 18, Virginia 16, UQFC 16. So that's the top half. Robina slip into the plate, as they're calling it. So Robina, the Lakes, Carina. I've said Carina twice then, didn't I? UQF's Robina, the Lakes, Carina, Broadbeach, and Thistle. All right, so let's have a look at this weekend's matches. We are playing matches this weekend, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
I've got them in front of me. Do you want a hand?
If you'd like to shoot them, Liz, be my guest.
Okay, so in the plate, you've got Broadbeach on the bye. Grange take on Lakes at home. Robina take on AC Carina at Robina. Virginia take on UQ at Virginia. Penn Power take on Annalie at Penn Power. And we host the lovely Coomera.
Guys, what are your thoughts on this format? Do you like it?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's
That's right, we win.
Yeah, I think it's obviously there was no real way. I think it was a bit of a lose-lose situation for Football Brisbane trying to work out how to do it. When I was talking to Football Brisbane before it restarted, they just said there physically wasn't enough weeks to play a full season. So, look, it's kind of annoying for us because we know now that we've worked hard. We've scraped in the top 6, which is where I think we deserve to be, although we've made it hard for ourselves. But now it's kind of like, well, we know we can't win the comp. And, that's not going to change the way we play. But, it's without finals. It makes things a bit interesting. Maybe in hindsight, I would have liked maybe the odd midweek game to squeeze in finals as well. Or, I don't know, just that extra thing to play for. I think, either Ipswich or Coomera, in my opinion, will win the comp. Probably, Ipswich in the box seat at the moment. But, if you win it this year, you deserve it. Definitely. But, I don't know if it's probably the best Football Brisbane could have done, maybe given the circumstances.
Could they not have, at the end of last week, gone, okay, top 6 are now going to play off for finals?
Yeah, that's a possibility. But
the
problem is with that is, say, this weekend it's us versus UQ. Say we lost, that's our season done. We've now only played 11 games.
Yeah.
Look, there's no right or wrong, I guess. Hopefully this season's a one-off.
God, I hope so.
But look, if at the end of the season they just said top 4, first versus fourth, second versus third for a semi-final midweek and then a grand final on the weekend.
Yeah.
Sake of 1 extra week or 2 extra weeks, I'm sure those teams in the top 4 would have been happy to do that.
Yeah, or we could have kept the first round in against Robina.
That's it.
And that round already played.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So, look, I take your points on board there. However, every time we get to the final series, there's always someone coming out saying, Why do we bother with finals? It's all about winning the league. At least this season, the fact that you come top of the table, it's getting its true rewards. You know, it's actually the pinnacle of the season rather than a grand final. Grand finals are great. There's a great spectacle, a great day out for everyone who's participating. But at least this season, if you've won the league, you're it. And you're the only one. You don't get any disappointments this year. If you come first, you're it.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to win a premiership and a couple of grand finals in the Premier League. I still consider whoever wins the premiership the premiers. I know last year I was talking about how the Lakes were premiers, and someone corrected me to say it was Power. I said no, Power went on to win the grand final. But as far as I'm concerned, if you win the premiership, and being someone who's done both, winning the grand final is amazing. But when I was at Annerley, we often did it from fourth because tactically, I would have to really work on my team because I knew we maybe weren't as good as the likes of what Mitchelton and Capalaba were back in the day. But all we had to do was win 3 games. They had to go on and win the whole season. So regardless if there's finals or not, hopefully one day in Australia we can still have a combination of finals, which is very much an Australian tradition, but at the same time, proper recognition. It annoys me when people call the premiership the minor premiership because there's nothing minor about being the best team at the end of the season.
What are your thoughts, Trent?
Mate, I similar to Costa, but the people that say that a grand final doesn't matter, I feel like they haven't experienced a grand final day. When you're doing your team talk, when you're setting your team out, even when you go to breakfast on grand final day, and in a couple of hours you're in the sheds and you're going out, those days are amazing. I was lucky enough to win one at Southport, and even when you see the reserve grade final go to penalties and you're sitting there and you're trying to keep your team focused as you're trying to watch the team doing penalties, those things are fun and they're also teaching moments. And it's going to be sad not to have that this year, not even to experience another team in that situation, be able to watch another team go to that grand final. I'd love the one more week, midweek, 1v4, 2v3, and then a grand final. Yeah. I think that's amazing. But, it's been a tough year, so you can't really fault what Football Brisbane's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Smokey doesn't get to get on the trailer this year and go for a drive. Can't take the club mascot out. He only comes out on grand final day. You've experienced him, haven't you, Acosta?
Yeah, we won. We got the win though. That's all that matters.
Yeah, lucky goal in the end.
Maybe Smokey can come out last day of the season, Liz.
Oh, Smokey will be out last game just for you, Costa.
I like it. Good. Good.
Might even pull him out on Saturday. For you, Trent.
I'd like that.
All right, we'll get it. He only blows smoke though when we score. So if you want to see him blow smoke, you're going to have to let us score.
So let's talk about this game on the weekend. Ipswich City taking on Coomera. Trent, how are you going to win it?
Hang on, let me record for Archie.
Well, in the day, score more goals. You know what I mean? Listen, it's going to be a fun day. I'm sure I won't be saying that on Sunday morning when I'm nervously pacing around my living room. But, obviously it adds a little bit more because Archie was at Coomera last year and me and Archie are friends. So it's a bit of a friendly rivalry too. It's just we happen to sit first and second this year. So we've made some changes. I know I've seen Archie around with his notepad watching me and stuff like that. And that's, you take that as a compliment. We'll just go out in the day and all the lays are ready. So it's going to be a fun day on Sunday at Ipswich.
Yes. Liz, do you have any announcements to make yet?
What was
Liz,
that?
Do you have any announcements to make yet?
No.
Still not? Come on.
I can't. I got no announcement until it's officially announced.
Okay.
Anything.
All right. The other match is Virginia United up against UQ. Anthony, how are you seeing that one?
Oh, look, it'll be tough. Every game now is tough. The top 6 teams are there for a reason. UQ, they've got a lot of athletes in their team. They're quick. They're strong. We played them last time. It was 2-2. I thought we probably deserved the win, but, it was in that middle period where we just couldn't score goals. And I'll tell you what, UQ can be a very, very good team, and I'm expecting a very tough game, and I'm hoping that the girls, we've proven that we can match it with the best. I'm just hoping now we can get some consistency and show that we can consistently match it with the best, and not just when we need to really step up.
Yeah.
The other match is Peninsula Power up against Annerley. Would anyone like to throw in their 2 cents worth on this match? Peninsula Power came back with their best last week.
I know that obviously Britt's out for the season. I know the Annerley goalkeeper is also out for the season. So it's it's an interesting game. Is it at Power or is it at Annerley?
Power.
Is that AJ Kelly?
Yeah, which is always a very tough place to play. So I don't know. I think Annerley have come pretty good. I thought they were poor against Coomera, as I said, but obviously on that day I thought Coomera were also very good. I think Annerley there's always a good rivalry between Power and Annerley, so I think it'd be a good game of football. I reckon you flip a coin. That's how you're going to decide a winner.
I'll go with
All
that. I reckon every weekend will actually be a tight game. I'm expecting the next 5 weeks to be tough for everyone.
Yeah.
There's no easy the next 5 weeks. And everyone, Annerley's a slip-up team. If you're not switched on playing Annerley, you're in trouble. Like that. As soon as I saw the Ipswich result against Annerley, as I'd go into any other game, these next 5 weeks are going to be very tough.
Very tough for everyone.
Yep.
Some of the best football will be played in these next 5 weeks, I reckon.
It's going to be good.
All right, let's quickly turn now to the Cap 1, and this is the hottest competition going around at the moment. There's good things happening in Toowoomba, good things happening in the NPL, but this is the competition to focus on. It's a crazy end to the season. Olympic ended up on top on 25 points. Pine Hill second on 22, Toowong third, 21, North Brisbane, Kangaroo Point Rovers, Taringa Rovers and Albany Creek all finished 4th to 7th on 20. So 5 points between 1st and 7th. What a great competition.
Definitely.
Bloody hell.
I think there are, as I think Karen said a couple of weeks ago, all these Capital League teams now have a couple of, pretty good players in them. Obviously, the teams with the more consistent teams every week will do probably a bit better. But, there's a lot of good young kids coming through there. And we played Taringa in pre-season. I think we won 5-1 or something. But they were much, much improved from when they were in Premier League last season. So, and they finished 5th or 6th, although I think they've only lost one game and they finished 5th, which is actually shows how tight that competition is. And I'm actually kind of want to go out and actually watch a game on Saturday because, honestly, you don't know who's going to win on each day. So it's good to see that obviously the NPL is going from strength to strength. I think the BWPL is arguably the stronger it's been in 5 or 6 years. And now it looks like Capital League, although there's a bit of a gap between Premier League and Capital League, it's starting to get better and better, which is it can only be a positive for female football.
It's just a depth issue in this competition, isn't it? There's just you've got this amount of good players, and then there's a tail off with the rest. Yeah,
and even in the reserves comp, there's a massive gap between Capital One and the reserves. I know at Pine Hills, they've got a few girls who used to play Premier League in there, and then they've got girls in their Capital One reserve side who've never played football before. So there's a big depth, but, hopefully it just keeps going from strength to strength. And obviously there's likely to be a reshuffle with the NPLW, which will change things up again. But it's good to see clubs are starting to really actually care about the women's program and the girls program. And they realise that they add a lot of value to each club.
All right, so looking at this weekend's fixtures, Pine Hills are hosting Taringa, Toowong up against North Brisbane, and Olympic play Kangaroo Point Rovers. All right, I think we're pretty much at the end of the show there. That's a review of the 3 competitions. Liz, is there a sure thing for you this weekend?
Nothing's ever a sure thing. I'd like to say yes, but no. I mean, the girls have trained hard the last two, like Tuesday night, and they've trained really hard tonight. So, of course, I'm going to put my money on them. But there's never a sure thing. You can't
All right.
just because you got 5 points clear. We know we're going to have to work hard against them. So, yeah, we'll have to work hard every week. We drop a game, and that could be it. Well, 2 games, but yeah. But still,
Well, we always,
like you said, Costa, like Annalie, they got us. They could get us again. It only takes one other team to get us and we're gone. So, every weekend is going to be hard and tough. And the girls are, like, I think across the 2 squads, I think we had all but 3 players that trained tonight, so it's really good. The girls are really putting in the hard yards and they're walking out of here dying, sweating. So it's good. Should be good 5 weeks ahead, and we'll just take each week as it comes.
we always talk about the best taking on the best. That's always a catch cry in women's football. Here it is, coming up over the next few weeks. I'll tell you my sure thing, and it's Albany Creek. They are going to absolutely destroy their opposition this weekend, having missed out on the top 6 on goal difference. They will come out blazing this week.
Is that in Cap 1?
In the Cap 1 plate, yes.
Who are they playing?
I haven't looked it up.
He's that confident.
It doesn't matter.
That's how much of a sure thing it is.
It doesn't matter. Jamie Sankson will be absolutely livid that he's missed out. He's put so much into his team this year, trying to get them going, and they've been up there. And in the past couple of weeks, they've just tailed off and missed out on the top 6.
That's it.
They'll get a reaction this week. Trent, what's your sure thing, mate?
Mate, be very careful what I say here. No, like Liz said, sure things it's going to be hard for the next 5 weeks. And, a sure thing is I'll have a beer with Liz on Sunday after the game. That's about it.
Not a problem.
Looking forward to that.
I'll even check.
All right. Just be a moment here, guys. There we go. We're all back. All right. And Anthony, what's your sure thing?
I'm going to say Ipswich. I know it's not so much for this week, but I'm going to say Ipswich will win the premiership. There you go.
That's bold. That's bold.
Just put the target even more.
I know how much Archie likes pressure.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time this evening. Trent Gregson from Coomera, soon to be Western Pride. Best of luck with that, mate.
Thank you very much.
Anthony Costa and Liz Ridley, thank you again.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, guys.
All right, so this is the Look Finance SEQFC Preview Show. Thanks to Vilic Law. We will see you next week.